Right, so we're going to need a theme tune. Because I can't put the Gentlemanly Chats theme tune over it, and I can't put the Nondescript theme tune over it. So, right, I'll do Gentlemanly Chats, you do Nondescript, and you do what the fuck you like.
Because if I remember correctly, everyone else managed to make Nondescript's theme tune, just everyone going, what?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Just do that.
I'm not doing that.
Just do that.
I'm not doing
Do you want to do Gentlemanly Chats?
No.
Well, you've got to take a part in it.
No, I'm not doing...
You can literally just
we
go...
can leave the theme tune.
You literally just go, what?
Just...
Right.
I'll do it like a gentleman. What? What?
Hello and welcome to We Don't Know.
What's that?
Because
that was awful.
Right, okay, so I had an idea that comic books have crossover events, and now all the CW shows have crossover events, so we're having a podcast crossover event, and for my knowledge, this is the first time that's ever happened, ever! So I'm claiming it.
I want to say, like, you're like, I've had an idea. The same idea I'm just quoting these other people have just had. You led to counteract your own...
No, but this is the first crossover podcast I've ever heard.
Okay. Sure.
So welcome to... episode 6 of Nondescript, and episode Preparation H. It's good on the whole. And Gentlemanly Chats 33. Now, you know my voice. I am the resident beard, Mike Orvis. Today I have with me fellow Nondescripter. It's Liam Martin.
I actually have a plan as well for this. It's just like I'm completely not Nondescript.
He has a plan. It's a bit... Well, the reason why... this was just going to be a Gentlemanly Chat with our third guest, who I will explain in a moment. It was just going to be a Gentlemanly Chat, and then I realised that Liam was coming over, and I was like, it's one half of Gentlemanly Chats and one half of Nondescript. What do we call it? And you guys voted, and to be honest, your answers weren't great. What was it? The non-gentleman, I believe. The non-gentleman. That was quite a good one.
The gentleman.
I called it gentlemanly nondescript. He was like, that's far too long. Well, they call it free tits in front of a microphone. He wasn't impressed.
Just call it gentle non.
Gentle non. Bonjour and welcome to Gentle Non. Today we are going to discuss all things racistly French, like baguettes and onions. If you put 2 onions at the base of a baguette, it looks like a pee-pee.
You looked at me with such fever in your eyes.
Yeah, I did. I like looking at you and describing penises.
This is why I sit next to you.
Right, okay, so the people spoke, and they said... Hang on. The people said, comment loading. That's what the people said. Wait a moment. Non-descriptive gentleman, the Escape podcast. I don't know what that means, but Liam Kyle, I like the fact that you got involved. Good job. You are what keeps the community alive. Chris Malarkey, good second name, said, non-gentleman, ? Face. I like it. Paul Garrett, plain fellas. I like it. It's good.
I wear a waistcoat 90% of my life. I do not constitute being plain.
Well, yeah, but I do. So, welcome to Plain Fellas. That'll do.
You just announced the winning name, and it just this is nondescript. This really is.
Yeah. But with the
different from a podcast with you normally.
But it's there's a bit of pretentiousness. We're going to get deep into a subject. We are going to get deep into a subject, and that's a subject I hold very close. But firstly, let me introduce my fucking guest, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has been a very fucking good friend of mine. I was even the best man at his wedding. He has been my friend for 11 fucking years, as long as Nick has. He's either my second or first oldest friend. I can't work out when I met either of them. I think he's my first oldest friend. Bar Matt, I guess. Matt doesn't really count, because we weren't... we were kind of friends. No, but we were kind of...
friend, but you don't count.
No, but we weren't always, like, mates. Do you know what I mean? Like,
just saying
me and you...
For a podcast that is nondescript, I guarantee you he'll bring that to the table as a topic.
So me and you... Why am I not a friend?
Well, me and you have been steadfast mates, apart from when, like, we literally weren't in the same county, because you... or in the same country, even, because you fucked off. Right? He did. He literally he literally went, fuck this, I'm going to live in Cyprus.
I quit my job and bought my ticket to Cyprus.
I've done Australia, so I've done the same thing.
Yeah, both of you were fucked off. Alright, no, fuck, you're not my oldest. Fuck you. Yeah, but, like, me and Matt had kind of a bit of a falling out for most of year 9, because we then weren't sort of in the same form
Was this
anymore,
when
and it was a bit.
You kept stealing his Kit Kats as kids, and then he put the Kit Kat in a week-old sock?
Yeah. He did that.
ate it.
He did that, and then I beat up the friend of his that suggested that. And then there was a guy called Ben Harvey who thought he was an elf. True story. And he punched me square in the fucking nose. And then I gave him the biggest dressing down of his life. And we both ended up crying and walking away. It was bad times.
This is not gentlemanly.
I was a very.
They cried at the end. That's pretty gentlemanly. So.
And then we whacked each other off.
I don't approve. I didn't approve of that either. Oh, that's great. Let's hug and cry it out.
Exactly. Right. Anyway.
Don't do an intro when you're eating crisps.
Well, I know that now, don't I?
I shouldn't have brought the crisps to the table. I'm
Well,
sorry, mate.
your fault.
I wasn't a good
Yeah,
friend.
this is
did
your
this.
fault. Anyway,
Losing friends left, right, and centre.
the first time I met this man,
Gentlemanly man.
the first time I met, hi, and well, I've done a podcast on my own before. I read The Killing Joke, and seemed like no one gave a shit. So I went, not doing that again. Okay, so the first time I met this guy, I was on a boat, and we'll probably explain this later. And he professed his love for Jesus quite heavily.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. The second time I met this bloke, he punched me square in the stomach and nearly made me throw up, and I wondered what the fuck I'd done, wasting my summer hanging out with him and growing my hair to be just like him because he was super cool.
I offered it, you said yes.
Kind of. If I'd known what you were asking me, because you asked me in Japanese, I probably would have said, no, mate, I'm great. Cheers, you fucking psychopath.
Don't agree to things you don't know. Lesson learned, mate.
You're right, lesson learned. Don't trust you ever. Anyway, it's the guy who I was best man at his wedding, and we've been steadfast friends ever since. It's the second King of Rochester. I've mentioned this before. It's Dean Brignall, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Yeah. Can you hear that crowd? Me neither. Just some bad air. How are you, Dean?
Feeling great.
Good for you. How has everyone's
After we
week been?
just slagged each other off and made no more
Hey, I gave him a good talking up.
That's cool.
How everyone?
Good. Excited for tomorrow, and stop eating crisps while you're
I
talking.
can't help it.
So, eat crisps now while we're... Oh, wait, don't move them out of my reach. I can't talk and podcast and eat crisps.
I just can't resist the taste of Doritos barbecue rib.
Have they given us any money?
Not yet.
Then they're not on the fucking sponsor list.
Loot Monster are really good.
Have you yet printed out some information I can read out so that you're not doing while you're doing push-ups, pull-ups, or chin-ups, or whatever it is we're doing? Does that still count, by the way? Can I just shout?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't have to do like push-ups.
Maybe.
The podcast.
Shut up.
Oh, that's a cool.
Fuck yourself.
But I'm excited for tomorrow. We're going airsofting. It's going to be Dean's first time airsofting. We've talked about airsofting before in other podcasts.
Yep.
Plug for Nondescript.
Plug for Gentlemanly Chat.
But it was only thing I've got against tomorrow's game. I convinced everyone at work. Well, I say not everyone. That's like an office of 300 people. I convinced my team at work.
That would be awesome if you literally got the 300
Just to
come with
rock
you.
up with an army would be amazing. That would cost so much in renting equipment. But to everyone in the team, we've talked about my girlfriend Kat was on the same team at work as well. So we've talked about airsofting while we've been there, and everyone's like,
get
"We
her
really
on
wanna do
this podcast."
We do need to get her on this podcast.
She can't be the first girl though. I've already got that reserved for someone. Sorry.
The ladies and gentlemanly.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
So, they were all set to come join us, and in the end, just not because they wanted to back out for being dicks or anything, but just in the end, only one guy could actually make it. So it turned into
Ooh, hiss.
big team event, and there's me and Tom. It was just like, okay, we'll just reschedule this whole thing. Other than that, I am really excited for tomorrow,
Whee!
and I will try not to just ninja off into the
Dean, how you feeling?
Be interesting. Like I said before, in terms of paintballing, loved it, but airsofts are slightly different. A little bit less money, so I'll probably enjoy it more than cheap. And also, all the gear was semi-given to me, so that helps.
Well, indeed.
Without touching on sore subject, you're borrowing my Thanos. Please don't. But
You know better.
We need to resurrect Eagles Bad Fur Day.
no,
Eagles Bad Fur Day was epic. Eagles Bad Fur Day, what we used to do is we would set up situations and then just shoot Eagle. That's it. It's a Doom video. We should put that up.
no, we should not.
Yes, we should.
It's on my YouTube account, so I can. No, I will take that down.
No, don't take it down. That's a good video.
It's basically
That was
Dean
fun
with
times.
Airsoft guns going.
I'm doing HD or film it in HD and then pixelate it. Yeah. Like a big. Which is your new podcast, which you should plug
It's not a
now.
podcast, it's a news thing. And I during recording, I basically, you'll be reading out the news that I've written down, obviously covering the topics of content, and every now and then I realise, fuck. And that's how it again. And I sent one off to Matt, and he's like, you've sent me the wrong one. I was like, shit, sorry, I'll re-record that. That's not a problem. And I got it back with a soundbite going, my new text phone. I was like, you son of a bitch. That's gonna stick, isn't it?
That's what that was.
Yeah, just random soundbite on my Facebook was that. But
what's my fluff?
Your PC gamer like myself, have you played or know of what the fuck is the name of the game?
Guys, I'm gonna
Visceral Cleanup.
I'm gonna put the mood lighting on my new Minecraft torches.
Your Minecraft torches. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't say it gentlemanly enough, did I? I've got to remember I'm on the other podcast. The Minecraft.
Man.
Visceral Cleanup is a game, PC game, obviously.
Visceral Cleanup is a death metal band.
It's also a death metal band, probably. You basically... Right.
We are Visceral Cleanup, and this next song is called... Thank you!
If Visceral Cleanup want to contact us about a sponsorship in any way, shape or form...
I will totally play the drums in Visceral Cleanup.
Drum whore.
Yes. Yes, I am.
But Visceral Cleanup basically... take Doom, actually, because I downloaded it as a fucking map to play on.
Uh-huh.
It's a first-person game. Now, the trailer's brilliant. You see, like, the wasteland of, like, an Alien Isolation sort of style gameplay where you've got dark corridors, blood up the walls, slow panning of camera, warning lights are going, severed bodies and entrails, bullet holes in the wall, and the guy's creeping forward slowly. And then you just hear the whoosh of the rubber glove comes on, and then the guy picks up the severed body and puts it into the recycling bin. He gets out his mop, and basically you're the cleanup crew. After every horror video game ever, you go around just with the mop like, on the walls, cleaning it off, and then you'll knock the bucket over, and your blood and guts will spill on the floor, and you make more mess, and you're like, you motherfucker, you got to pick that up. You go back out. Me and Matt did Doom, E1M1, right? Yeah, we would sit there, and basically we just had to clear it up after as if you played it.
Yeah.
And it's a game you're like, what am I doing? 2 hours later, we're so close to getting it done, and Matt was like, dude, should we just... I was like, no, not anymore. We are so close. We picked up all the sections of alien body and human and the bullet shells, and we're putting them into the furnace, and we've got it all, we've mopped up, and because each bucket, once you eventually use the bucket enough, that will be blooded as well, so you got to pick that up, and you got to make sure you don't drop it, and I'm like, we are so close. And we fucking cleaned that. Nearly 3 hours of my life. 3 hours of my life that I wasted clearing up after. But I feel... justified.
What was the state of your house while you were doing that?
Oh, fucking atrocious. Absolutely. I think the best one was...
once he finished, he went and got a bucket. And 3 hours later, cracking house.
I did this when I was living in my flat on myself. I did sort of have a massive clean-up day. I sat down and went, I just want to chill out on a game that's mindless. So I then carried on playing this clean-up. Mindlessly cleaning up. I was like, I must look so OCD. It's just not help. But it is a great game. It's in. Alpha was very, very glitchy. Beta, which is, I think it's still in. I don't know. But the multiplayer, every now and then, people just disappear from each other's screens.
Brilliant.
It's still there, but it's not terrifying when you bear in mind you've got this bucket of water with your guts and stuff that you've been clearing up, and then you'll turn around a corner and it will just come running past really quickly. You're like, Jesus, and you knock it, and then the other guy will knock it everywhere. You're like, are you? Right, get the fucking mops. And you go back to that again. But that's an amazing game to play, which I've cleaned one whole level once. I feel like I've justified spending the £8 on.
Did you do the Christmas one at the end?
It wouldn't work on multiplayer.
Oh,
we
man.
could not get that to work on multiplayer.
That sucks.
But it was great because for some reason there was a load of TNT in there, so we just turned it into how much could we blow more shit up. It's called Santa's Rampage. You basically had Santa's Workshop with decimated elves and toys exploding and everything. It was just Santa had lost his shit and you had to go in with the cleanup. I just love the idea that some of them were like the game Shadow Warrior. You both must know of Shadow Warrior. It's now on console as well as being on PC, and it's like one of those sort of hacky slashy shoot 'em up, fight monsters and the Asian mob, and yeah, they did one of the DLC maps they did for free was like, play if you've got Shadow Warrior, or if you've got the game Shadow Warrior, you can get this game if you get the first level. So it's like, be as bloody as you like in the game. Clear yourself up afterwards. Just go around mopping up after yourself.
So is this just I went on Steam and Steam sale?
Oh fucking Jesus Christ! Steam sale. It's like it takes online porn and shoves that out the window and says, "This is how you get a spanking through the internet."
I'm
and
actually
it bends you over.
I'm immune to Steam sales.
I'm pissed off after the last one. The amount of stuff it was like, 50% off. I'll buy that. Bought Final Fantasy 13.
And now 80% off.
Next day, 80%
Yeah.
off.
Now,
Following day, the day after that, I think I bought the Legacy of Pain series because I fucking loved them when I was a kid. Absolutely loved them.
Old school. Interest, have you seen Nosgoth?
Yes, tried it. Wasn't a big fan.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, day after that, from being 25% off to 75% off, I was just like, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop buying things until I see it come up. It's on the wish list. I'm not doing it anymore.
I hardly ever buy anything in terms of games. The amount of 3 games that I play is good fun. There's a website I use, which is Alpha Beta Gamer. And that pretty much is just a nice, easy, oh look, this is in alpha, this is in beta, this is in alpha. Or like one of just register your interest kind of thing. And the amount of shit that goes up on there. Some of them are fantastic. Some of them are big names, like Evolve, etc. was on there when it was in really early alpha. But then you do get some that are just weird. And they're cracking. Because as you say, like this Visceral Cleanup, you just try this thing and this is all right. And 4 hours, 5 hours go by and you're still doing it and you're like, I should go to bed.
That's one of the reasons. Like, I know a lot of people don't like him, but it's one of the reasons I will watch when I'm not really doing anything else. While I watch PewDiePie, because he will try those kind of games.
Yeah,
like, he'll just play any fucking game, and I'm not going to fucking sit through and play those fucking games. No. I'm not going to like go and fucking fill up my laptop full of crap, but watching a weird Swedish guy go ah, ah! all the time. That makes my afternoon.
I spent a lot of time watching PewDiePie because his rage videos are fantastic. When he plays Cat Mario or Mario Rage, just those are hilarious.
Or him playing horror games as well.
With the horror ones, you know that a lot of YouTubers have things that are very staged, and you do know that a lot of them kind of go and you know it's fake. But then sometimes, with especially PewDiePie, you know when it's not fake because he's genuinely fucked off, and he goes and
then starts speaking Swedish. And they have to like subtitles like "mother's whore, cunt flaps,
mother's whore, vagina."
He's like and you're like, Jesus Christ.
So it's fun with him on that end of things, and then sometimes I think it was if you watch him do The Last of Us. That was interesting because obviously the whole beginning of it, he was just kind of like taking the piss.
Oh man,
he was taking the piss.
Oh, don't talk about the beginning of The Last of Us.
It hit that moment.
I cried.
It hit that moment, and
fucking cried, man. I've got no shame in that. I lost my fucking daughter. I cried.
It wasn't your daughter.
It was my daughter.
But it was the longest time I hadn't heard PewDiePie speak because you watch that video and it's just the intro, and then he's just like, "Oh man." And there's just pure silence. Yeah. And he's just staring at the screen. He's just like, you're supposed to do your
video.
You're failing at this bit. I know that I'm not in a position to comment, but you're just kind of sitting here and we're just literally just watching you watch something right now. But fuck me, that moment.
It makes me think of Jeff from the Rooster Teeth stuff. He says when he's after his daughter Millie, he's like, I can't watch anything. This is what he's saying, and obviously I'm just plugging Rooster Teeth at this point, not that it has any bearing. But he was like, they made him watch the original trailer for Dead Island. Obviously, that was just beautiful. So that was a beautiful trailer for an awful game. And because of his daughter being about the right age at the time, they basically said
he can't watch anything with little girls.
He got like 10 seconds in. Like, fucking who would do this?
And he just gets out and fucking like walks off in a fucking blind rage. Yeah. Speaking of Dead Island and the massive disappointment that was, has anyone played Dying Light?
No, and I really want to.
It's fucking great.
I really want to.
It's really good. I managed to play a bit round I went round Richie's house because he's got a PS4. Like him and Nick have this cute little PS4 relationship. They're like, are you going to be on tonight? All right, buddy, yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to be part of that soon.
Don't worry, I'm on there. You can go different proxy. You go with me and we can be like, you're going to be on PS4. Manly time. It's fine. We'll do that.
But yeah, Dying Light is fucking great. It's like everything I wanted Dead Island to be.
Well, that's the problem. It shouldn't have been.
Dead Island was the best third of a game I've ever played. Like to do with zombies. Like. Maybe because of where my headspace was with it, maybe, I don't know. But I got so fucking immersed.
Yeah. I've never seen someone rage so much. At the start on the beach, and you walked out that first shack, and the door was left open because you hadn't shut it automatically behind you. Right? And you came back about 5 minutes after doing the first stuff, and you was really into it, and that was it. We was house sharing, and I just hear the screaming and shouting. And he was like, "You don't want to fucking survive, do you? You leave the door open, it's a fucking zombie apocalypse."
And this was the second time I'd done it.
And I was like, "What is wrong with you? Why am I saving you, fucking arsehole?" And there was more. There was just every.
I genuinely there was a guy I used to be friends with, a guy called Omar, and I played the game for the first time round his. And exactly the same thing happened, and I raged fucking hard. And he said to me, he's like, "Mate, do you want to turn the game off?" And I turned around, and he's a big guy. He used to be a fucking wrestler. And he said, like, "You don't scare me, because, like, we're the same fucking size. I know, like, if it came to a fight, we're both going to hurt each other, but it's fine." You gave me a look that chilled me to my core. And I went back upstairs. I don't remember this. I was just like, I think I just went, "I'm fine." And then he just went, "Okay, mate." And then went back upstairs. I turned it off about 5 minutes later.
You have said this to me before, and I know that it is one thing I will never do it because of things like that. Vicky, her uni time, was doing a project, and someone else asked her and a load of other people to kind of go all zombified.
No.
And they got all of the face paint stuff, dead hanging skin, got the fake blood, everything. And every part of my fucking cells just wanted to go, "I want to fuck with Mike."
No, I nearly did.
And I know that
guys, it's fine. You've all been there. You've all totally been there. And it sounds like a fucking right laugh. But I swear to you, as God is my witness, and I'll go to prison for it, you fucking sneak up to me and you make a zombie noise, I'm going under the chin and I'm twisting. You're talking to the guy that when I had right. This was in the bad days.
I have
in
my
the bad
shelter.
days. This was in the bad days, right, of Sheerness. When I lived in Sheerness for
the dark times.
I was hungover off my nut, and there was some cunty chav outside, and she was drunk off of her tits, and she was in the back alleyway into the garden. She was going, "Ah! Ah!" And I woke up to that. I saw her and I went, "It's happening!" I ran downstairs, filled the bathtub, started filling the bathtub, was walking around the house in my pants going, I don't know, it's fucking happening, it's fucking, katana. Right, so I went to my bed and pulled the katana, and I was out with a fucking, like, live-bladed katana. I woke up my mate Dan and was like, Dan, it's happening, I've got the bathtub, get everything ready, we're gonna fucking do it, we're gonna kill that one, there's one outside, and he's like, "Mate, sit down." I'm like, "No, it's happening, you don't understand, I can hear the noise." It's just, she's drunk, isn't she? She's
just touching on that.
And I sat at the end of the bed, and I was like close to tears, and he's just like rubbing my back going, "Mate, it's fine, she's just drunk." And I'm like, "What? You're gonna need to do the bathtub."
What did you fill the bathtub with?
Water.
What was this for?
Is water supply.
Water supply.
Okay.
Just pouring like canned beans into the bathtub.
I was just checking because I had some idea that you were like, suddenly they sense heat, and I thought you were going to oh, Predator. It's just like, come on!
Yes! Come on! Kill me! Smear mud on yourself! Ah! Yes!
I wanted to clarify.
Yes!
That's why.
Yes! Well, if Predators ever happen, yes, that's exactly what I'll be doing as well.
Oh, man.
I just wanted to check, that's all, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Just imagine.
I mean, same difference, I'm going to go up and under and make a twist. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, actually, it's going to be like easier because I'll just go for the helmet and twist. But yeah.
Killing Predators is going to be so much fucking easier because they all do the stand there. It's just stand there.
I love that noise. In terms of cosplay, if I ever managed to do a cosplay, I'd want to do a cracking Predator because they do the and I'd love to just go up behind someone and go.
You've got to.
Because you just see this person turn around, and at first they'd hear the noise, and think, "What the fuck's that?" And they turn around and they see Predator, and they go, and then you just open the mouth or something, and then they see the, and it's just like, oh dear, Jesus.
But it's better to do that not at a con. Just do that at your local Sainsbury's.
Cracking out of Tesco. It says requires assistance. You just turn around. Do you need assistance?
I've been into Tesco's actually in costume.
Brilliant.
I would like to say it was at a con, but it's not those. Oh, it's everyone's. No, we were about 20 minutes car ride away. So
Brilliant.
I just walked in full out Toyota garb.
Brilliant.
As a day.
Well, then no one saw you.
Exactly. But no, I go back to the zombie thing. When we was house sharing, the back garden looked out into the long narrow back garden. His bedroom overlooked it, and I thought about it once. I was like, nah, he would never talk to me again if he doesn't kill me. Because I know he'd come running out, and at which point I'd turn around and go, dude, it's fine. But he would never talk to me.
You'd literally
hit the deck.
After I got the first blow in, and now I'm like all Muay Thai'd up.
Oh, he's warm.
It would be a fucking elbow to the face. You'd have to be able to go, Earth mine! And I go, it's still talking! Kill it with fire!
The zombies have learned to speak!
Kill them! Honestly, man, like, don't fucking do it. You've all, like, there's one person that could get away with it, and that's because he'd be quick enough to knock me the fuck out before I grabbed him. That'd be Richie. Richie's actually a ninja. So if he did it, then great. I still wouldn't fucking talk to him for a week. Scratch that. I wouldn't talk to him for a month. But yeah, there's about one person, and also if like a girl did it, because I go, are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? But if it's a dude or it doesn't look like a woman, I'm going straight for the fucking throat.
Punch a tit. They will scream out in pain, and you'll know if it's a zombie, they're not going to go, what the fuck?
If it's a zombie, just punch a boob.
Just
We're speaking of zombies,
it's a pro actually. That gets a grow and it solves your problem.
We're having a zombie marathon at mine next week, which I'm quite excited about.
Kevin's coming.
Yeah, indeed.
Please, no Italian zombie incest film.
We're not watching any weird Italian zombie incest films.
I really wish this was a joke or something, but it fucking happened.
You really wished?
I really wished.
No, yeah, for real. There's like loads of fucking, weird zombie movies. So what we're going to watch? We're going to watch Night of the Living Dead, the Day of the Dead, the 1986 version, because it's got Bud, and Bud's fucking amazing. He's like the zombie that can learn. It's like, okay, sure. We're going to watch Pontypool, which is a Welsh zombie movie. We're going to watch, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically Mad Max and zombies, because it's an Australian zombie film. It's so bad, it's good. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It looks fucking hilarious. The zombies seem to emit this gas, and they seem to run their cars off of it. They, like, these guys, they trap a zombie, and then put a face mask on it, and then tie it to the back of their truck, and that tube goes into their gas tanks, and then they drive. I don't get it, but it looks fucking great, and it's got fucking Australians killing zombies. Shaun the Dead, and we're probably going to watch Zombieland, just as some light relief at the end. So, like, serious ones, and then I really wish they would do a genuinely harrowing zombie movie. Like, they've done... I don't consider, like, 28 Days Later or Quarantine, they're not zombie movies, because they're not zombies.
Infection movies, I'd say.
But infection movies just get it right every time.
Yeah.
Well, nearly every time. World War Z is arguably not a zombie movie because they run and...
The running thing is a big debate.
Yeah.
Because old zombie movies, I mean, obviously when you're going back, there was the... I can't actually remember which one it is.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, start of that where they're in the car and it's actually running after.
Well, sort of. They shamble quickly.
It's faster than a regular shamble, and that's the thing, because obviously the classic idea of scrape, it is very flawed, because it's like, in a genuine zombie scenario, if there was a breakout, we would overtake it very quickly and easily, because we're not as slow and dumb.
Also, the weather.
It'd be a great Darwin experiment.
People don't think about it, right? The weather.
Yeah,
if you
that noise wasn't telltale. Anyway,
if you had a zombie apocalypse that happened in any sort of sunshine, 3 days and you're fine.
Yeah, rot.
Because what happens is the zombies will start to decompose, and the heat will heat up the bodies. The bodies will then the succession in the corpse will then start. The bacteria will start eating away and produce that gas. The zombies will basically, after like day, which makes them a little bit more dangerous, and this is something that should be totally fucking looked at in zombie films, but they'll just all explode. From the the best case scenario is they're walking around with a massive fucking hole, right? Which means their abdominal muscles are fucked, so they can't really stand up.
No, they can't.
They'll just
move.
fucking crap, right? the worst case scenario, and this happens, is if you've got, like, if they're not fucking burping it up or shitting it out, a body can just explode.
Yeah.
From fucking everywhere. Which makes it more scary, I think.
It should be okay, because this goes into the idea of spontaneous combustion. A lot of things that happens with spontaneous combustion is actually the clothes that someone is wearing.
Yeah.
The clothes actually work to sort of contain an explosion like that. It's, I don't know the real science behind it, so please don't try and quote me on this, it could be completely wrong. But from what I remember reading up on it out of curiosity, I wasn't just like, oh my god, I might explode! It was just curiosity.
I fucking did, because I watched Spinal Tap and went, does that actually happen? I'm a drummer, I should probably check this today. I don't want to die of a freak guarding
Quicker
accident.
you drum, the steam starts happening.
Yes.
But,
yes, it does. I used to play gigs at the Beer Cart Arms and the Ivy Leaf in Sheerness, and back in like the metalcore days of Callous, I drummed so fucking hard and so fast that at the end of the gig, I'd go outside and my whole body would be steaming.
The most hotty, sweatiest I've ever seen you was when you did it for Dogtown and you drummed wearing that lycra Batman costume.
Oh, God.
If anyone is a drummer, anyway, you would understand the appreciative of wearing just, as I've seen you wear before mine, just t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I normally take my top off to the chagrin of everyone watching.
Fucking like nylon Batman costume with cape down the back and everything.
It was a Halloween gig, right? And we started, and the idea was we started, and Dogtown's my like punk grunge.
Yeah,
band,
I've heard.
Yeah, so we're playing, and then we start a song, and I just go, oh fuck it, fart. This is bollocks, isn't it?
That was the woman.
And then we have we go.
Christ.
Go. This is leave her alone.
I wish I could. That voice is harrowing.
To each their own opinion, Dean. I think it works really well for the stuff we play.
Oh no, yeah.
Anyway,
it's got its place, just not in my ears.
Fuck you.
I love Shell.
Yes.
I absolutely love Shell. Until she met Kat.
Why?
Well, Kat became her new favourite. Right, you and me would go next door to meet Kev and Shell. You and Kev would run off like little children, and me and Shell would actually have grown-up conversations and chat, and it was great. She was from London, and I was born up in... I was South East London to a certain extent as well.
That means that someone else could talk to her about fucking cats, yeah. Which means I didn't have to.
But now Kat, my partner's been around with her, Kat. She spoke to Shell. Shell gets along with Kat because of the baking and everything else. And I feel like I've been...
And they're obsessed with cats.
And I'm not allowed in the kids' club anymore. And I'm not allowed in the adult club anymore.
Yeah.
I'm in the awkward teen, adolescently, don't want to be talking to anyone stage, apparently.
You're like the 14-year-old kid who goes to youth club. We've been there. I've done it. I can't crush on any of these girls, but I also can't go out with those teenagers because they're all doing heroin. I guess I'll go to the toilets and have a wank. Cool. Is the N64 free? It is. I'm putting on Zelda and playing it for 3 hours. Fuck you all. I'm bigger than you. I'm playing Trivium on the stereo. I will fight you.
So going to the point of
what was I on about?
Wearing the Batman.
Yeah, right. So the plan was we got on stage and we start playing a song, and I just went, this is bollocks, isn't it? It's fucking shit. It's just fucking... No, I don't want to do this. So I storm off stage, and everyone's like, "What?" Then the rest of the band storm off stage. Give it 2 or 3 minutes. We all come out in superhero costumes and play the Buffy theme. It was fucking sweet. It was one of my favourite gigs. It was great. I looked fucking ridiculous because the Batman costume was like 3 sizes too small. And it had just my fat fucking bearded face popping out the bottom of this Adam West Batman costume, trying to play drums with these tiny eye slits and a nose hole that stops about here. And I'm like, this sucks. The costume at the back is not zipped up. So I literally just
open. The cape was just covering
the cape was covering it. So, but at the end, it's become part of my back because it's so fucking wet and sticky. I'm like, this is shit. And I stripped off, and I was just fucking almost on fire. I'm like, this is stupid. Why did I decide to do this? That was also the night where I was playing around with a laser pen, and the guy Rob, who runs Oast House, had a new smoke machine. He was like, this is an industrial smoke machine. We're like, so? He's like, this happens. And he presses it once and it goes, pah! Whole room. Whole room covered in not just smoke, fucking fog. Whole room,
Just
fog. So I'm shooting the laser pen, and the laser pen's like wham, right straight through it. It looked like a fucking massive lightsaber. It was sweet. But then everyone started being like, this will be funny. And they all fucking start uplighting with their phones and then going, through the phone. I'm like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. This isn't funny. This isn't fucking funny. I will fucking kick any of you. And they never got close enough within swinging distance. I'm like, you fucking pricks. Pack it in. But yes, it was awesome.
With the zombie thing, I think I prefer the parasitic option. Like,
what do you mean?
like zombie transit. Right. Wait, are we talking parasitic is in sense of just a contagion in the blood, or are we talking?
I'm talking like human host, zombie-like attitude.
See, this worries me more because I know it's a silly. A few things have done it, but I just think like, how many gnat bites do you get?
Yeah,
That's what is the transit. Yeah, that terrifies the fuck out of me.
In terms of
because it's not always a zombie. It's more plausible, yes. And
well, we've all got. There's 50% of the human race has a. This is one of the biggest things that could, if a zombie thing was going to happen. 50% of all the humans, so 1.5 of us in this room right now, probably half of you.
If they could take out
have a thing called
that'd be amazing.
Have a thing called toxoplasmosa. Now we get this from a variety of sources. Fucking cats pass it on because fucking cats are great, not dogs, because dogs are awesome. Fucking birds, other humans, all of it.
It's fine. I don't fuck the birds, but I do fuck other humans.
And it just kind of just sits. It kind of just sits in your brain and doesn't do anything. But if it gets activated, and we don't know what activates it yet, it just goes, oh, I'm going to make you mental. And you can get, you can have panic attacks, you can, violent mood swings, and in the worst case scenario, you do just become a rage-infected mess. And you just fucking will attack everything and anything in sight.
Is this an on-off thing, or just once activated?
Once activated, you're fucked.
This is what I mean. It's something like that, I believe, a bit more believable, a bit more worrying. And in terms of film or story-based, I just think it'd be so much more interesting. Because, as far as World War Z, that kind of idea means that them running around and having strength is completely plausible because they're not dead, they're not decaying, they're just people, and their main goal as a parasitic host is to pass on. Infect
but I mean that's the virus stick. That's the Max Brooks. The reason you're saying that, right, is because Max Brooks, the writer of World War Z, who said that zombies don't run. This is why I have a problem with World War Z. Because he was the guy who went, this is the definitive, this is what a zombie is, this is how you survive them. He wrote the Zombie Survival Guide, he also wrote World War Z. And in World War Z, they don't run. They don't run in World War Z. So in the movie, for them to go, they run, and they pile on top of each other like a horde of ants.
Did turn around and say,
what?
This is the same name, it's nothing like it, but I should enjoy it. And
Well, it was fine, cool, you fucking... I promise you now, if I wrote anything, and a fucking film company said... We're going to put Brad Pitt in your movie, but it's going to be nothing like the book you wrote. I'm going to go, fucking A, give me money. Cheers.
Yeah.
Because that kind of money, cool, call me a fucking sellout. Tell me I've got no artistic integrity. The book I wrote is still out there.
And it does mean...
Is it going to spoil that book for you? No, not if you're a fucking retard. You just ignore that exists.
And it reverses it.
I love Batman. I'm not going, oh, Batman and Robin. Oh, that's the worst film ever made.
People who see the book, read the book, will then see the film. People who see the film will go, where does that come from? And then they'll read the book.
Exactly.
It just gives them...
It's not just that as well. Because when they go so far flung from the book... You don't.
You get a new experience.
Yes. You don't get the people who go, well, I won't read the book because I've seen the because I've seen the film. Like, no. It's I'd say the best example was Wanted. I'd seen the film Wanted,
exactly.
And you were like, you got to read the comic. I went, I've seen the film. Is it because I'm thinking like Batman? You want I've seen the film. I've seen the comic at that point. You're like, no, read it. And I was reading through this is fucking mind-blowingly completely different. So completely different.
I mentioned this in a what you won't hear yet, but a future episode of Freaks, Geeks and Weirdos when I was talking to Cy Detan. Wanted has got the bravest end to a comic book I have ever seen. Right, Wanted, at the end of it is he just starts addressing the reader, like the main character.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall and going, cool, so that's my story wrapped up, so I guess you're just going to read a couple of final pages, use it to escape your boring-ass fucking life, and as a paltry means of fucking escapism.
and then you're going to put this down, completely forget about the message and how powerful it was, pick something else up, and just continue trying to escape from your pointless fucking existence. And the final panel is his face and going, "This is me fucking you in the arse." The end.
And
he was like, "Holy shit." And I put it down and was like, I can't read anything else now. I feel like, no, I'm not going to read anything else. I'm going to contemplate my existence. Fuck you. That's probably what you wanted me to do. Either way, you've won. This is bullshit. I won't be beaten by a fucking book. I was totally beaten by a fucking book. But yeah, it's definitely fucking just brave. Just like calling you out as the comic book reader and insulting you with what is essentially the fucking truth. You know, we don't all read about fucking normal men who put on suits and don't have superpowers, and we could all be him if we just tried, because we want to fucking escape. We go, that could be me. I want to be that person. It's fucking... Anyway, that's actually quite a good segue.
Segue?
Yes.
Two-wheeled
to
meaning.
To the main point of you gathering me here. Me.
To join you.
Me on my own.
In this holy matrimony.
The Council of Bat. I'm looking to get ordained online so I can start performing guerrilla weddings with drunk people.
Be amazing.
That's happened in.
That would be a brilliant...
Genuinely. I've looked it up and it's free. I can totally fucking go and do it. I've just got to find out if I'm officially ordained. Because if I'm going to sign up and become officially ordained, and I'm going to start... Firstly, all my letters now start with the Right Reverend Michael Orvis, Esquire... BA, because I've got a fucking degree.
That would
I
make
can put
my
BA.
life a lot easier, because the whole thing of like best man between you and Matt is like 50-50 all the time. If you could be like the guy who does it, brother and son, you do the ceremony, you be
Mate, I'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. But it means
Proven when you can't choose a best man, you just choose two.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
explain
exactly.
This,
Yeah,
explain this thing, because this was like it was fucking mind blowing.
Well, essentially, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, his other best mate is a complete fucking flake who I shit you not, on the day of the wedding, Dean was in his pants. No, you weren't. You were in your suit. You were in your suit jacket and your
clothes. Ready.
Yeah. You were. Sorry. Yeah, you were ready.
He was
just
in
eating
his
his breakfast, just like, you all right, mate? I'm like, yeah, man, cool. I'm in fucking t-shirt and jeans. I'm like, where's my stuff? Cool. I put it on. Start getting fucking ready. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so is the other best man? Should we name him?
yeah,
Brian. Brian is in his pants, just going, "Oh, I'm not sure I can do this. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the day. It's the fucking day you're getting married.
The idea
you're
that
getting married. Oh my
the
god."
groom should freak out at the idea. It's just like, I'm a one-woman man now. I can't really do anything else. I'm stuck. This is me. This is my life. Like that last moment of a ditch attempt was just non-existent for me. I was just kind of like, I'm happy. I like her.
Yeah.
good way to lead in.
She's not.
I can deal with
She's
this.
not terrible. I can part with her. Yeah.
Whereas
Alright.
he sounded like how I should have been. He had like hair going up everywhere.
He threw up. he sent his parents out to get booze.
9
so he
in
could
the
have
morning, he was
get booze.
downing drunk.
And he was downing this. What was it? It's some fucking bullshit. Like
Some
fucking,
heavy whiskey.
Was it?
I
Was it whiskey?
think it was heavy whiskey that his dad gave.
Oh no! I remember. Yeah, no. He got the whiskey, but then he tried to brush his teeth, and he mixed the mint with the whiskey, and was like, just fucking everywhere.
Then he hocked himself up on like calming drugs, which he then threw up because of the alcohol. But then he didn't want to take more because he had some of it in his system, and then he took some of it. So that eventually he was kind
He got to a sort of regular sort of high,
His body managed to find equilibrium through to
and he was a fucking
It
nightmare.
was brilliant because we got to the venue and he sat there and he was just this vacant stare of like, Brian, you there? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm all good. And it was like, part of the best man thing is to greet people at the wedding. So I'm fucking stood there and Brian's like, what do you want me? What do you want me to do? I'm like, you greet people. How? You shake their hand, or you give them a cuddle if they go for that, and you say, "Hi, welcome, go through here." He's like, "Oh, I don't. I've got to go to the garden," and he fucks off. And I'm just like, "All right then, hi, people I've never met. Welcome to the wedding. In you go. Cool, brilliant. This is great, I think." And then Brian's family turned up. Where's Brian? I'm like, I don't fucking know. In the garden somewhere. And anyway, so Brian was like, I've written a speech. And I'm like, okay. Why are you telling me that? You're the best man. I'd expect you to write a speech. I wrote mine last night. He's like, I've been writing it for a year. I'm like, okay. all good.
Before being told he was best man, it was planned.
Yeah. And he was like, I think you're going to have to do it. I was like, okay. And I think he thought there was going to be like a struggle. And right, I'm like, all right, I'll do it. He's like, oh, well, I might be able to do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh,
I love.
But I don't know if I can do it.
When people sort of want you to contest, and I go, no, that's fine.
All right.
I love that.
People go, I think I'm going to leave. All right.
Yeah.
But that totally happened last night. Me and Hannah had a minor argument, and I was like, she uttered the words "leave me alone." She knows how literally I take shit like that, so I was just like, fine, I'm gonna fucking go. I think Liam's free. I'm gonna go hang out with Liam. That's fine. If that's what you want, I'm gonna leave. And I went to the bathroom, slammed about a bit, kind of splashing water on my face. I'm like, I'm not leaving. This is my house. And then I came back in and I was like, so really? Do you really want me to leave? She's like, you're not going to leave, are you? So I might. I might leave.
So you done what he done.
If you really fucking want me to. She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, good then. Fine, I'll stay. And then we had a great conversation. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, fucking, couples argue. Anyway, so Brian's giving this back and forth. I'm like, okay, cool. So I stand up and give basically my speech with a few embellishments. A couple of people go, ah, really loudly, and I think I made some woman at the back cry. She was off her tits. But it's fine. Brian then like, I can't do it. I'm like, okay, mate. So I sit down, and then Brian goes, I've got a speech as well. And we're like, okay. But I'm not going to give that one. It's going to come from the heart. Puts it away. I'm like, all right, fine. And he mumbles his way for a speech, and he goes, and I'm really, really glad you guys are together. Bye. And he sits down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But anyway, the reason he's got two best men is because I'm Han Solo, and he's Luke Skywalker. He's a bit first film Luke Skywalker. He's a bit unsure of himself and a bit twitchy, but he's always there. I fuck off. Appear to be really unreliable, and then at the last minute come back and go, wow, here's all the stuff you wanted. I've been really busy. Hi.
Question. Ian, does this make you Princess Leia?
Yes. Wait. That means we get it. Yes.
I'd crack the Danish hair. That's fine.
I've got 2 bread rolls upstairs, dude. We can fucking do this.
Cracking.
But going back to the days of Rochester, you could have looked related. It really does.
It was that idea, because when I had to come down to it, it was just like, okay, one of them is really reliable, but will just completely break down at the time. Because to be fair to anyone who actually is listening, he doesn't just kind of randomly break down. He has anxiety.
It's not that bad.
Has anxiety issues, and they do build up. And I think
like getting up,
pretty much
brushing teeth,
tipping that level. It's just like, okay, so I have anxiety with several people in that kind of situation, and thinking that these people might be thinking this, and then everything escalates out of control. So it's just like, yeah, making you do a wedding is going to fucking kill you. So I knew that it was a bad situation, but I told him, and he has agreed now, is that if you manage to do this, nothing else you will do will compare.
Yeah.
It's just like, you will look at it and go,
well, I like to think
did
that
this.
His own wedding would also be comparable.
He's never getting there.
Yeah. No, I imagine that being a very different scenario, but we'll come to that.
It'll probably happen on Warcraft.
Whereas
I'll have to get an account just so I can join up.
No, it won't be that bad. It'll be a real situation. But for you, it was more or less a case of not saying you're unreliable.
No, but I'm never fucking there.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm always away doing a million.
Nothing would be planned. Nothing would be ready. Nothing would actually be done. So he would get everything ready and done, and wouldn't be able to deliver it at the end. So it would be a case of he was running everything. Get it all ready.
Yeah.
Pass over. Gets done. So individually,
you found an equilibrium.
Yeah.
Individually, they would have fucked it up.
We're like Firestorm. Whoa, hang on. I wouldn't have fucked it up. I just would have been really late.
Yeah, and at the same time, it would have just stressed people out.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it. Because I don't operate on the same fucking... Like, Vicky's side of the family were going proper wedding crazy, and I wouldn't have been able to handle that. They'd be like, Mike, do you want to come to this? Do you want to come to this? Do you want to come to... No, bitch, I'm playing a gig. Sorry, I'm busy.
They would have fucked.
They would have
so
got mental. Yeah.
But
exactly.
I know that, for me, path of least resistance, because at the time, I know that ranking-wise, a wedding, they're one of the most stressful things of your life. Moving house, or buying a house, other most stressful situation of your life. I moved in on my house on May 10th, got married on May 14th.
You're fucking shoveling it on there.
Yeah, no, it's fucking kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, if you're going to be stressed, fucking just pop it
Just
on.
get it out of the way.
And everyone looked at me, it's just like, how are you managing this? It's just like, well, Is he really? It's not that bad. And looking back on it, I was kind of like, actually, that was a lot.
Actually, I had a tiny aneurysm.
Something broke. It's never coming back, but it worked. It was interesting to say the least, but it all went ahead as planned. And after it, it's just like
I guarantee I'll give you a better speech than Matt. I'm just putting it out there.
I've said this before.
I've seen Matt talk in public, and to say it's not pretty is an understatement. The last time I saw him talk in public, he threw the paper at the teacher and then walked out, and then attempted to moonwalk out the room and fell over.
Plus,
That's not a joke.
He's been best man, the other one hasn't. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. This, I got this shit down.
Yeah, but I've lived with you.
Exactly.
And
actually, that works against you as well because you've already done it. You know, share the love.
Yeah.
Be fair.
No, it's not just that. I've literally. You asked me a while back, like, would you be, with Hannah and with Kat, we could all just house share, and I was like, I love you, buddy, but never again. It was like the best time of my life, but seriously, never again.
One of my best mates. It's like, oh, fuck you. If I'm out of my arse, if I'm out of my fucking arse, if she finally realises I'm a complete arsehole, I'm out of my arse.
You could always say it. There's never a problem with that. But would I willingly opt to sign a contract with it? No, never again.
I understand that fully because you are
keep it geek and see you next week. See you later, guys. Woo!
You are always on. You don't have an off button.
Thank you.
And there is a time when you just kind of go, fuck off, mate. And the thing is, what you do...
You complete arseholes.
What you do is you antagonise back. It's just like, mate, I'm not feeling great right now. It's like, I'm a little bit... Just leave me alone. You go, all right, okay. And then it's just like, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this. And you go, oh, someone's on the rag. And you're like, yeah. And you're about to be the blood. Fucking hell, just leave me alone. And you don't turn off.
Actually, I'd like to think...
No, I would say that the issue is not that you antagonise, it's that you immediately provide a solution and then you wonder why the individual has not made that solution happen within those split seconds. Irrelevant whether or not it is actually right or wrong. There would be the...
It is right.
Well, why aren't you doing that? Well, then that's your problem. And you walk away and it's like, you fucking... You son of a bitch.
Yeah, but you don't
I just
want the time to...
Right, again, like, I've tried to explain to you, that's how my ADHD brain works. I go, computer solutions, it all goes, blah, 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 in a matter of seconds, and I go, you should be doing this, this will make your life better. You should at least try this. And then nothing happens in that second,
but
and I go...
will accept it if you print it out like a 90s printer from your ass. If you go...
All right, fine.
I just go with the peel of paper on the eyes.
It's got stained paper.
We've run out of. Sorry.
Is this the one with the dots down the side?
Yeah. I'm not thinking like you got to peel the label on the sides or something.
I get that.
I'd just like to say that's not as bad as it was. Like, you're talking about, that's old, Mike.
Oh, yeah, no. That's how I imagine it, and that's how it would always be there.
Where I would always take something incredibly personally. If someone around me that I like isn't happy, this all happens still in my brain. I go, oh, fucking, what have I done now? Fucking hell. Oh, because, I'm the centre of my own universe. We all are. You are the star of your own life movie. And it takes a lot of willpower to go, oh shit, hang on, there are other people with other thoughts and feelings and they're all as important as mine. Because you're just not wired to be that way. Because you are essentially, biologically speaking, you're just an animal trying to fucking not die. And pass on those genes in your balls.
I know it's toned down because we can have a conversation over the internet.
We can have a conversation. You still are a nightmare, and I still kind of want to kill you when I see that you sit. Facebook, right? You need to take away the scene.
Yes.
You need to take away the scene and the time because it kills me, and I get into silent, furious rages with you, and then you reply, and I'm like, oh, one word, brilliant, great, mate, that's fucking great. Or when you've misunderstood something I've said, oh, I could have explained that 4 fucking hours ago. I know you're walking home, but just answer your fucking phone. Honestly, makes me so fucking angry. But you're good. You message me. Like, and I feel like with you sometimes, and I understand you're busy, like, I fucking, my rational brain is fine, but when I'm in the midst of something and I'm dropping you a message and I need something fucking lickety-split because I'm going to try and focus on something else, like, I'll go, blah, 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 and then you'll go, okay, mate, No, right, now I have to ask him it. Now I've got to think of a way of telling him this, then asking him a question, so he'll respond to this, and then answer a question. Fuck!
I wonder the amount of times that...
Where are your boots?
The amount of times, like, the thing is, when you ask me the questions, like, I know sometimes you just need clarification.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But sometimes, I appreciate when you go, I know you've told me, but what is such and such?
Yeah,
and I go, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
The amount of times you're like, when's such and such happening? Right? It's on that Saturday. When's that? There's a fucking chat bar. Scroll up. It's on that day. I'm like, if we do this, is this going to be on this? I fucking told you. What more do you want from me, right? I am doing shit right now. What? Yeah, that's the time.
No, I get it.
And this is the problem. He manages to instigate shitty Liam, and which then instigates shittier Mike, and then this is
and then we both Cold War until and it hasn't happened in nearly a year now.
But it would happen because we wouldn't get a chance to hang out that often, and so it would be Cold War until we met each other in person. And go, oh, okay, right, yeah, cool, okay.
Yeah,
and that would be it.
But, so what did you mean on this? Oh, well, I said that. The biggest problem with Facebook is A, the fact that I refuse to use 90% of the emojis because I'm not a fucking child. But B, that is sort of there to solve the problem that you have on Facebook where you'll go, okay, mate, and what that actually means is, fuck you, mate.
Yeah.
Right, my battery is at 14%, so I'm going to go and find a charger and plug it in.
Do it quickly, because I was going to just use a brief moment to go, I'm going to go for a gypsy's kiss up the apples and pears. But you fucked off, and I can't just go, Dean, hold the podcast. just serenade us.
I'm the guest, I'll run solo. Run solo. But it's...
you wouldn't probably crash in a golf course.
I completely understand it. And when he says the ideas of, I give you these solutions, you don't want the solutions, because that's pretty much having Captain Hindsight at you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, I made a mistake earlier, and he points it out, and you're like, I really didn't want that to be pointed out again.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
I know that.
And if at the time, could have done that. But I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, why aren't you doing that? Because it's past the time.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's fucked.
Yeah, no, I know. And I'm so fucking glad you understand this as well.
I know, it's so I have someone else that is Captain Hindsight, and it makes you want to floor them sometimes, because they will point something out, and then they do things, and if you ever go Captain Hindsight, it's not right.
With the most,
My charger had literally, fishing hooked a pair of Hannah's panties.
And you didn't bring them down.
I'm sorry, guys.
I am so disappointed.
Just go on the internet, you'll see loads of pictures that are in a fucking pants.
But I take it, so after, because you were saying
it's true.
Earlier, you were saying segue earlier. I'm assuming you was going to say about segueing and I want to rant about the bat.
You can.
I'm going to go for a gypsy's kiss.
All right. Well, don't trip over this wire.
The important wire.
Don't trip over this button.
I love Darren Brown for when he was doing the thing about the taking kids into taking adults into a childlike state, and that don't push the button. Don't you push this button? It will kill that cat. Do not push this button.
I love that one.
That was fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Speaking of mentalists and magic and stuff, I'd just like to give a big shout out to my friend Jazz Vegas. She is a good mate of mine.
And the perfect name for anything magical.
Yeah, and she's an incredibly attractive woman. That should have no bearing. That actually really pisses me off, internet. This happens a lot. People go, this person's great, and they're blah, 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 and they're blah, 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 and they're blah, 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 and she's gorgeous. That should have no bearing on her ability. So I actually apologise. She is gorgeous, but I'm gonna take that back, because actually she's a fucking good magician. Really good. And she's going to be on a TV show called Killer Magic on BBC Three. And it's awesome. I've known Jazz since we were fucking 15, 16.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. And she's had a really fucking awesome and interesting life. I'm hoping to get her on a podcast soon. I can't say more than that, because she now has a fucking agents and a production team, and if I start spouting off about her, then I could get the fucking podcast shut down. I don't want to say anything that might be, not that there's nothing
risque,
but with the show coming out, I don't want to get anyone. But she's a friend of mine, and it's awesome. And the other guys on there are cool as well. Christopher D, I think his name is.
Yeah.
the kind of gothic guy. I saw the pilot nearly a year ago.
Well, she was eating the plate.
And I was like, oh, fucking, that's my mate. That's my mate on TV. What the fuck? So yeah, big shout out to her. That's my shout out.
I guess.
Really. So,
one thing I thought would be fairly interesting when you were going on about the zombie thing.
yeah.
Have you ever actually annoyed someone to that point where they don't want to talk to you now? Like just a joke that you've done, which
The zombie thing.
oh
right,
okay.
okay.
If I was to sneak up on you,
Have I ever joked with someone enough to make them not
something
want
that
to talk
was
to
a
me?
joke to you that was kind of a prank that has literally turned someone off of you?
I don't think so.
Because I know that obviously for us, if we were to zombify and just pop up and be like, you just
What would happen is, like, if you didn't die, I wouldn't.
Good scenario. But if you didn't die,
I wouldn't talk to you for a month, and then the next time I saw you, I'd fucking smack you. Like, I'd straight up. I wouldn't break your nose, but you'd sock you in the jaw and you fucking know about it. And I go, you ever do that again, I'll fucking kill you. Then slate clean. We are fucking fine. But you take that hit like a man.
Fucking dead. No.
Yeah, you take that hit like a man because you fucking knew not to do that to me.
That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah.
But the only reason I ask is because it's a fairly interesting story. And I don't know if I ever told you the story about Barry Zinger.
No, who's that?
It was me.
Okay.
When I was working at Game with a guy called Craig.
Craig, yeah.
He got a little bit too big for his boots.
Right.
And I decided to put a little bit of a prank.
Right.
And obviously, I've got the Irish accent, which was great fun, and it's fairly convincing.
Yeah,
and
you did a pretty good Irish.
it was brilliant because
Annoyingly better than me.
I said to Mikey, I reckon I'm going to take him down a peg. I've got an idea. What do you think? And with game and alcohol and anything like that, age-related sales is a big thing.
Right.
For anyone listening, age-related sales in the UK, anything that is an 18-rated thing and you sell as an underage product, it's about $5,000 fine and also sometimes prison sentence. And it will also go against the company.
Imagine
and
going down for that.
That sucks.
Like you're in there with people that have like fucking done horrible things to kids, murders.
Not only that, but if you are that parent that buys Call of Duty for your 12-year-old, I fucking hate you more.
Yeah.
Because I'm the guy who is 24 and I have to listen to, I'm going to fucking meh. Well, no, not Call of Duty because I hate Call of Duty.
I was going to say, like, it's your fault for playing Call of Duty.
No. But, like, GTA, I don't have to listen to some fucking brat. Do not buy your child a game where you go fucking raping prostitutes and shit. That's on
then
you.
complain about it as well.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so disrespectful. I wonder where he's getting it from.
Oh, what was it?
You
What
can
was
press
it?
a button to give people the finger.
What was it?
Learn to be a better parent.
No, I can't remember what the fuck it was. I think it was Battlefield 4, and they turned around and said, like, do you think this is really responsible to give to children as games? And they went,
No!
it's an 18. Do not give it to children. We don't want you to give it to children.
I think that's what's going to happen with the Batman game. I think that's what's going to happen
That
with
would be
the new
brilliant.
Batman
That'd be
game.
amazing. I'm 18 for 18. I don't give a fuck.
No.
They already rated it 18.
It's going to be an 18-rated
Yeah,
game.
but
Yeah,
that's-
but
that's
no,
right.
but it doesn't matter because parents are going to go and buy that for their fucking kids. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're going to
of
go,
course.
oh, he played the Batman games. They're lovely.
Of course they are.
This is going to be a fucking X-rated, fucking like horrible, awesome Batman, and that's another reason I think it's Jason Todd. By the way,
Oh, it's totally Jason.
yeah.
Todd.
But anyway, that's another fucking discussion.
Sorry.
or a repeat of many discussions I've had before. Sorry.
Continuing
yes.
on that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Obviously, one of the rules was to never leave yourself logged in. And he was doing some inventory on one of the machines, left himself logged in. Cracking.
Right.
So this just allowed me to go even deeper with my prank. Printed off one of his receipts, which had his till number on it.
Right.
Went for a lunch, walked out, rang the store, and as soon as someone answered it, it was Mikey, which made it even better, because it's just like, hi, I would like to speak to the manager, please. And he just goes, yeah, sure. And he knew it was happening.
yeah.
He was the only person that was new.
Yeah.
And it got passed over, and Craig wasn't the manager, but he was acting manager, which is why he was throwing his weight around, because manager wasn't in at the time.
Yeah.
So he really did throw it around. This is
Yeah.
this is why you're getting taken down, mate. And as much as like authority goes, it was no one else wanted the position, and he thought that he got it because he earned it. It was just like everyone stepped
You literally won by default.
Everyone stepped back, mate. But once he answered the phone, he was just like, hello, how can I help you? And it's like, right, I need to speak to the manager because I'm furious right now. Are you the manager? And he's like, I am acting at the moment. Yeah, what can I help you with? Right, my son's come home.
You think you're acting, son?
My son's come home with an 18 rated game and I'm fucking furious right now. And he's like, he was sold here? Yeah, he was just come home. He said he's bought it from you and I'm fucking furious right now. I want to know who's done it and I'm going to ring the police. And he's fucking, you could tell there was fear in his voice. And then I was just like, oh, I can tell you who's done it. If you can give me this number on the receipt, right? I read out the number. I read out the number to him, and then he went, "That's me." Right, so you're the cunt that sold this to my son. What game was it? Yakuza. You've sold him Yakuza at this time, and he went, "Am I?"
It's not the way you lead a phone conversation.
No, he was breaking down at that point, and I went, "I'm going to be down there in about 30 minutes, and I need to speak to you because this is fucking unacceptable." And then he went, "Okay." I hung up, and I just did my lunch. Casually walked away, got a Subway, popped back in, and he was actually crying. And there was people consoling him, like the women of the team was kind of like, it'll be okay. I'm sure there's like a misunderstanding. Maybe he was like looked really honest. Apparently he's 13. He was freaking out that he had actually sold like an 18 rated game to this kid who was clearly a kid. It's just like no parent around. It's just like, yeah, fuck off. And when I got there, Barry Zinger, the reference is a Big Bang Theory, obviously,
right.
Bazinga.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get it from that, it was brilliant because it was a little hint and he missed it. And when I got in, and he's just like, "What's up, mate?" And he's like, "I'm doing my fucking job, I'm doing fucking fine. It's all got wrong. What's happening?" Full breakdown, and I thought I need to tell him because it's going a bit far. And I just leaned forward and I went, "Was his name Barry Zinger?" And he was like, "I don't know his fucking wait." What did you just fucking say? I said, "Was his name Barry Zinger?" "Get out!" And he full blown he was ready to lunge for me. His fucking fist went up, and I went, "Mate, in half hour you find it funny." And he was just like, "Ah!" And I had wasabi Pringles, and he couldn't hit me because he knew that it would go bad.
Yeah.
So he grabbed them, flung them. Pringles were found for like a year after that. And he was so furious. And to this day, if I went, "Craig, do you know Barry Zinger?" And he went, "Fuck off." He hates me for it because for him, I almost destroyed his career in his mind. It was a flat out joke, but he didn't accept it.
Bless him. So what, is he just totally not mates with you anymore?
Oh, I think if he sees me, he's civil. But if I bring up anything like that, no, it's just not.
So what you're saying is when you found a nerve with someone and you're going to keep pushing it until they don't like you anymore?
Yep.
All right, so one of us has grown then. That's good.
Several years ago, buddy. Come on.
That was the old Dean.
I think to have any sort of I mean that is one that just works to be one that you'll never ever speak to. I mean the thing we say about the zombie is a very specific thing because we know Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't go with the intention.
Job is
like, you know what? I want him to not speak to me again. I didn't go with that intention, but that was the end result.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're way past the hour mark.
How badly?
It's 1 hour 10 minutes.
Can we make this just like a two-parter?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to cut back in.
Hello and welcome back to part 2 of
whatever we called it last time.
whatever the fuck that was.
Don't spend another hour going through Facebook to try and remember.
Yeah, that.
I can't remember what it was.
The men.
Non-men.
Welcome back to
Gentlemen.
Men.
Men. Be careful. I've just realised I'm the shortest bloke here.
It will get censored.
Hey, it's last episode.
Oh, what a fun!
I enjoyed the show. I started with
I liked it with
Sheen
Sheen.
bugging off. Yeah. I then went back to watching it to thought, fuck it, I need something to watch to fill time, and I enjoyed it. And I think I enjoy it more because the guy makes obviously he's pissed off. He just makes constant rips into Charlie Sheen constantly.
It's because Charlie Sheen's a fucking arsehole.
I know. The thing was, the last episode has just been a constant rage on him. It's like
Plain Fellas. Welcome back to Plain Fellas.
You're welcome.
Basically, this time around, you had me talking, continuing. But he.
I might just keep this as one long part. It's fine. Carry on.
But he did. It was like the last episode. They basically went back and made as many callback jokes as possible, and one of them was like, my brother. I don't know. It was like he was supposed to be sort of central to the family, but then we realised I was actually a co-starry sort of thing. And then they're just smashing the fourth wall, and it's like looking at the camera, like equal partners almost, rather than something. And they're just like they got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and it's like as a cop, and it's like and they make the California governor joke sort of thing. But they also go like your brother sounds like an idiot. Has he tried anything? I can't do it. It's awful. I know what he's doing. Yeah.
Irish Arnie almost.
Listen to it, Irish. Yeah. Get to the chopper. Yeah. Has your brother? Has he tried any anger management? And he was like, he tried anger management, but that didn't work either. Given the fact that that's the show he went to join. It was
a big plug.
It basically just ripped into him.
I have an issue with separating art from artist.
That was a random.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay. I'll explain it. I originally thought Charlie Sheen was quite.
This Arnie image was really good.
No.
I can't get it away from him. At least this is not going. I'm Arnie Irish.
Okay, mate.
We should have stopped drinking a while
Stick
back.
to the J job. You're the one that's got to run.
Drinking
yeah, because
this goes back to the first Nondescript where you called me an alcoholic, and I was like, no, I'm not, and now I'm just drinking.
I'm not fucking alcoholic.
You're even fucking lovely.
I took umbrage at the fact that we were with Eagle.
The reason that we weren't with Eagle. Eagle was masturbating over a webcam.
Yeah, for the record, Dean, we had Eagle, my friend who met through college.
Pretty sure I met him at one point.
Yeah, ponytail, beard, yeah. His image hasn't changed in like the last 10 years.
Fair. I'm not joking straight from a long time ago.
Right, I could see you, after not seeing you for like 3 years, and recognise you instantly. This motherfucker walked into the office, pointing at Mike, and he was like, "Hi, Liam," and I went, "Hello, newbie. How can I help you?" "Oh my god, you're Mike!" that was that.
Someone ate you!
But he... So I was saying through to like Eagle was always supposed to be the more drunken, fucking all up to his porn in his eyeballs, sort of jokey, stereotypical, tongue-in-cheek character, whatever. And we were doing the first podcast. We did the first podcast with myself, Matt, and Mike, and my flat, and Eagle were through Skype. And then just midway through the conversation, his feed went suddenly really grainy, like pixelated. The audio dropped. We're like, "What are you doing?" "Nothing." I'm like, "Are you watching porn?" "No, maybe." I was like, "For fuck's sake, no, I'm recording, dude."
Yeah. He was dirty. Right. So I can't separate art from artist, and this is a problem. So example A, As I Lay Dying, one of my favourite fucking bands. I know you don't like them.
Do I like them?
I don't know. Yeah, you do a bit.
Happens a lot. I can't remember.
Don't ask him. He's going to say yes. Yeah. He's just going to go, yes.
Yes, they're your favourite band ever. But because of what happened with Tim Lambesis, who was like, basically, the singer wrote all the songs, and he would write these fucking it's almost like poetry set to metal. So like, "Stand on Conviction and you will walk alone," shit like that, like really fucking powerful messages. Turns out he was injecting steroids to get buff because he couldn't be bothered to work out like a normal human being. And if we believe the press, the rage made him hire a hitman to kill his wife. And he's in prison right now.
Turn fucking Facebook off.
Well, no, because we might be getting like,
at least turn the sound off.
Important things.
There's some sort of telltale. I mean, let's not talk about the fact.
All right, it's off now.
Phone out, but that's not.
All right, it's off now.
I've muted it.
So. And now, subsequently, I have a very, very hard time listening to As I Lay Dying, who were like the band I played every day for years. I'd always listen to an As I Lay Dying song, but now I can't separate the art from the artist because I'm like, you fucking hypocrite. Like, I took on your message into my life and was like, fucking I'm gonna stand on conviction. I will walk alone. That's fine. I fucking will live my life by these principles.
Turns out he wasn't doing it, and he's a massive fucking arsehole. So now it's like, can I really listen to the songs? Can I take the same message from them? Probably not. And it's the same with Charlie Sheen, in not a great over extent. But he was quite funny and on the internet and talking about Tiger Blood, and he was mental, and we all had a jolly good laugh looking at him basically having a mental breakdown publicly. Then I found out that he held a gun to his fucking partner's throat, and he kind of used to beat his wives. It's the same also with the Beatles, that I've recently discovered that John Lennon was used to abuse Yoko.
Jeez.
And he used to abuse he punched Linda McCartney once, and it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. And it's like, I felt slightly like less like, oh, I can still listen to the Beatles, it's fine, I can ignore that. And it's like, what, because it happened long ago? Like, does that make it okay?
No, I think that the biggest issue is something like that, is you struggle to accept the answer that's given now, considering to what it was. And by that I mean, you get an answer now that basically goes along the lines of, well, everyone was off their fucking tits and it was the 60s. And you go, yeah, but...
Back then, it was kind of okay to give your woman a slap when she was being...
Does that... But I'm,
you know what I mean?
a man of now, so I don't want to accept... And I don't... That's the problem. Can you accept that it was?
And it's like...
Does that mean that you're less of a... No, not less of a man, but does it make less of you...
I'm not the intended audience of the Beatles.
No.
And it's like Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, right? They're both 15. Like, in the original Shakespeare play, they're both 15. So, you know, when there's those Romeo and Juliets where they have sex before they, you know, do the daggers and shit, you're kind of staging child porn, really. But then back in the day, that was okay.
Yeah, but also back in the day, going back to the age of 15, everyone's first love was their all love.
Plus, you know, they only live to...
I've loved you for half my life. You're 20. Well, yeah. I'm nearly dead. But, yeah, and so that's the problem I have. Like, Two and a Half Men is probably in the same lines of 8 Simple Rules, or what's that fucking thing with the guy who does the voice of Cusco and Patrick Warburton's in it? Rules of Engagement.
Yes,
Rules of Engagement.
Thank you.
David Spade.
Yeah.
Is the guy who voices Cusco. Don't know why that's where I pulled that reference from. And How I Met Your Mother, where like there's sitcoms that can kind of just go on in the background, and I don't really have to.
I say thankfully, I loved How I Met Your Mother, and that's now ended. And I don't, honestly, I'm glad it actually ended. Not in a sort of way, but it didn't just drag on forever.
Yeah, yeah.
They did. Yeah. I think is it 7 or 9 seasons? I think
it was.
Maybe more. I could just be.
I want to say 9 now.
Yeah.
Just to be awkward.
Just to be contrary.
But it didn't go on for like 15 seasons of dragging out shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But no, I liked How I Met Your Mother ended. And there's plenty of those shows I used to watch which just seem to have disappeared because they've just obviously run their course and they didn't bother ending them.
Yeah, yeah.
But right, back topic, segueing into things that have run its course. Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
Fucking wow.
Right,
that's an opening fucking statement.
Not that Batman...
How to get Mike's back up in a debate. Speaking of things that's run its course, Batman's shit, isn't it?
No, I think the part that's run its course for me is what I think the How It Should Have Ended did brilliantly, which is because I'm Batman. You know, it's just that in itself. The problem I've got now...
I'm going to lay on my side and continue talking to you because my right nostril's really blocked.
Oh, okay, I thought you was about to say, like, because I
because
need to
there's
lay
a
down.
gun under the desk!
No, it's because for me, Batman has become... this is not going to end well for finishing this sentence. Batman has become like Superman, where Superman has only one weakness... But in the end of the day, I know it's a comic book character and they all sort of suffer from this, they're always going to win.
Right.
And now Batman, which was heralded as the mortal character of the Justice League, the mortal man who could be beaten but manages to overcome it, I'd now just go, oh no, he won't. He won't have issues because he's Batman. And there are plenty of other lower down characters in the sort of DC universe and other universes as well that have human fatal flaws that mean they don't come out on top on a lot of things, and I like that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and cynical. Who the fuck knows?
Right, here's the thing.
But I just feel that Batman now has entered sort of the Kryptonian of, but he'll always win because he's Batman.
Right.
Da, 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 and
At the very moment in comics, massive fucking spoilers.
You're listening to a Geek Pride spoiler alert. Sorry.
Go to Geek Pride if you like the stuff.
What, like spoilers? Terrible idea.
Don't go to Geek Pride for spoilers, but if you like articles about geeky stuff, go to www.geek-pride.co.uk.
Aren't they already there to listen to this podcast?
No, not anymore, because I kind of don't put it on the website anymore. It's just, it's on the Geek Pride YouTube. We also have a website that I should probably put at the bottom of every podcast.
If you're not going to put it on the website, then yes. In fact, it's the latest place to get all the news. So go there first and find it. And put...
Well, not so much news. Like, if you want, like, cool opinion pieces, there's some news, but if you want, like, there are some pretty cool...
Have you ever tried to sell a product, Dean?
Oh, plenty of times.
Have you found
Remember, I sold products to you, and you didn't realise you were buying them.
No, because my girlfriend at the time bought a DS, and I fucking hated
you. You bought everything with it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Such an easy sell.
Shut up. Let's go back to the very start of this podcast of not currying favours with friends. My point was, you're not selling Geek Pride, dude.
Well, like,
if you are interested in all of the top geeky news, then you will be able to go to the website, join in with the discussions, and
you
will
won't.
be able, you will be able to join in with the discussions.
You will.
You'll be able to join in with the discussions, but you won't be able to keep up on the news because we're shifting away from like following the news because we're just not quick enough because it's up on fucking IGN or Ain't It Cool News.
But you don't need to be the person
Cool.
for the news.
Do you know what I mean?
just need to throw your opinion out on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if this is what we're doing. So we get the news and we'll throw out our opinions.
That was my problem.
Or if you like,
it's too geeky. So that every time I had a news story to write up for a certain big London convention across the UK, that's the biggest one in the Excel Centre in May and October, no hints. When I used to write for them, I found that I would write this stuff up, and the people I wanted to talk to about it going, guys, have you read the article I put up? They're going, yeah, we already know about it. I go, yeah, you're all as geeky as I am. I just sort of like, shit. And I know it was going to 1,000 other people, but I felt like I might...
Less informative and more just fun discussions.
Yeah,
exactly. If you like fun discussions and you know, geeks, actual geeks, some of them, that write about actual geeky things from a variety of things that aren't just cosplay, then go to www.geek-pride.co.uk. Anyway, so Batman. Superman has got Batman in the Justice League so he can keep an eye on him.
right.
But he's also got Batman in the Justice League so that Batman can keep an eye on everyone else.
Yeah,
So Superman doesn't have to.
yeah,
So Superman can go and like do Superman-y things,
yeah.
basically. Anyway.
You can't put your hand up and
have super sex, yeah. Anywho, so what's going on currently in Batman? I mean, that's my opinion of what Superman does. I think Richie shared the same opinion. Anyway, so what's going on currently? Massive fucking spoilers. The Joker has released this fucking crazy Joker toxin across the whole of Gotham, and everyone in Gotham, bar about 3 people, are Joker zombies.
Right.
Like rage-infected Joker zombies, massive smiles on their face, just trying to kill everyone. Basically, the way it works is it turns the thing they love into the thing they hate, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So they see Batman, they're like, it's the savior of Gotham. So they're like, come here, Bats. We want to show you how much we love you. Knife, gun, fucking anything. Anyway, so Batman's still alive. Bluebird's still alive. We're not going to talk about who Bluebird is because it's just fucking boring. Just someone else he picks up and then has just decided to do nothing with, and then she appears out of nowhere with stuff, and you're like, oh, right, fine, whatever. Basically, because they didn't have a teenage female, because Batgirl is more of an adult now? I don't fucking get it, and Batwoman's nowhere to be found. Anyway, thanks DC for hiding that storyline. Robin's still alive. No, Robin's dead, because Damian Wayne is dead. Although, he's not, he's back Damian Wayne died last year.
Yeah,
but then he came back. Then he came back with superpowers. Yeah. I'll show you later.
This shows out. I know Damian Wayne died. I knew he wasn't.
This is Robin. This is Robin Omega. Yeah, he's come back and now he can like fly and super punch, and we don't really know what's going on. And I'm not really bothered enough to follow it. Anyway, Red Robin's still alive. Red Hood's still alive. Nightwing's still alive. But Nightwing's not even in Gotham at the moment. Nightwing is in Chicago doing
fuck all, really.
Right.
Just going, oh, that looks terrible in Gotham. See you later. No, he went off because he thought he found Tony Zuko, who's the guy who killed his parents. Anyway, Alfred's had his hand cut off. Oh yeah, the Joker knows who Batman is, by the way.
I thought that happened in Death of the Family.
No, well, kinda.
It just,
Well,
just completely stole.
He knew about the bottom of the cave, but no, he knows he knew where the Batcave was, but he knows who Batman is. Couple of issues ago, he's on the phone to Batman, and he says, says, see you soon, Bruce, or hello, Bruce. And you're like, what the fuck? Anyway,
Hello, Bruce.
So Joker has cut off Alfred's arm. And if Alfred doesn't get a Cybertronic arm, I'm going to be really upset. And it's basically looking fucking desperate. Batman can't fucking fix everything. He's had to go to the Court of Owls, his sworn fucking enemies, and gone, you secretly run the city and do a better job than I can. Help? And then they went, no. And he went, cool, fuck you guys. And then escaped. And then had a heart-to-heart with a Talon and was like, help. Turns out the Joker... This is kind of bullshit, and this could just be a massive play on the side of Scott Snyder, and I hope it is. But they're saying that the Joker's immortal, and he's lived in Gotham for hundreds of years, and he's called the Pale Man, and he's always been there. And basically, Batman needs to perform a lumbar puncture on the Joker and get this fluid from his spine and use it to concoct an antidote, or everyone dies in like 3 hours. But Jim Gordon shot the Joker. He shot the Joker fucking dead. Because the Joker came up and was like, hello, Gordon! And he was just like, fuck you, you son of a bitch! You killed my fucking daughter. Yeah. And then he died, and he's like, Bruce, I've done it. And then he comes back up. And you're like, what? Why is the Joker immortal? Apparently, because he's the Pale Man, and he's always been there. I don't know if that's going to be the truth. I really fucking hope it's not, because the Joker's just a fucking dude. But we'll see. But anyway, You hit the nail on the head. We said in any superhero comic, the superhero's always going to win, right? It's just because the problem with Batman is Bat fans. Because they all go, he'll do it because he's Batman. I'm like, no, he'll do it because he's a fucking, one of the cleverest people on the earth.
Yeah, I get that, and I appreciate that. But the problem is that they've pushed the human limit too far. There was the idea of him, I can't pronounce it, I never can pronounce it. The Batman of Zarathur?
Zuranthar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The idea that he prepared for the idea that someone would kill him or wipe his brain, and therefore he built a subconscious Batman to say...
Yeah, but that's Grant Morrison.
It's just that...
Yeah, but
Grant... It's just ages back, but my point is, it's that sort of point of like... Oh, does the guy just fucking plans for everything?
Yeah, but
if that was actually true, then you would have the Batman Inc. thing as a canon universe. Period. There would be no variation.
Well, that is happening.
But no. My point is that would be it. There wouldn't be crime. It would just be Batman as this. He would be like Brainiac of just running everything. And you're pushing beyond what is the human capacity to be that individual.
No, but that's what makes Batman human. The fact that there is still crime is what makes Batman human, because there was a time where there was no crime. That's called the Injustice Universe, because Superman went, I don't want any more crime ever because you killed my wife and daughter and I've killed the Joker, and if you've got a problem with that, I'm going to lobotomize you with my laser eyes. Fuck you.
For the record, was a great story.
Was a great story.
Stuff was amazing. I'm torn between Justice Lords and Injustice for the best evil Superman. Yeah. Where he's just you're a criminal. Hold up. Zzz, there you go. You're now a mindless pleb.
But anywho, the reason there is still crime proves that Batman's fucking human, because Batman really is just trying to inflict the hurt that he feels. He's just trying to defer that rage. He hasn't got PTSD. I've got a book upstairs that proves it. There's a book called The Psychology of Batman, and that I've been studying. And he hasn't got PTSD because he simply just doesn't show all the signs of PTSD, and to have PTSD, you've got to have all the symptoms, not just one of them. So yes, he occasionally has dreams of the night his parents were killed, and like yes,
occasionally would be a somewhat understatement.
Well, no, in real life, occasionally he does. In real life, occasionally he does.
In real bat life.
The problem is with every outing that say the populace sees, the vox populi, there has to be his parents died. Woo!
Yeah.
Because not everyone knows that, apparently. Which I'd fucking question, but whatever. So anyway.
We need to have a bat rant. That needs to be a podcast.
I'll tell you what, I have a Batman podcast. You should come on it.
What, as an anti-bat?
You can fucking come on and...
I'm not good.
I wouldn't say you're an anti-bat.
No,
I think you're having a crisis of faith. And that's fine.
This is the problem.
Welcome to the Church of
Batman. So I am having a crisis of bat faith.
Yes.
Church of Bats.
Perhaps we should bat delegate this conversation to
okay,
bat appropriate.
Do you know what? Actually, you're fucking right. Yeah. Let's bring you onto the next episode of Dark Knights of the Round Table, because the next episode we're talking about villains.
I just cannot. You son of a bitch.
What?
All I can hear is Monty Python. Knights of the Round Table. That's whatever evil.
Dark Knights of the Round Table. Yeah. Okay. Well, fine. Yeah. Cool. All right. We'll delegate because we're at an hour and a half now, which is this is now made it.
Sorry, I'm done.
Battle.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Right. So that's fucking an hour and a half. This is the longest podcast we've ever done. I have been Mike Orvis.
I'm still Liam Martin.
And Dean Brignall.
Have a fantastic week.
Thank you for putting up with us.
Keep it geek. See you next week. Bye. What?
We're ending with what? End it.
What?